The science of sleep, why it's essential for your health. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you a question. How many hours of sleep do you get each night? Be honest. If you're like most adults, you might be getting less than the recommended 7 hours, and that could be affecting more than just your energy levels. In today's video, we're diving into the science of sleep, why it's so important, how it changes as we age, and what happens when we don't get enough of it. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll want to prioritize your sleep like never before. So, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Over the last 20 years, the field of sleep medicine has emerged as a distinct specialty in response to the impact of sleep disorders and sleep deficiency on overall health. Nonetheless, over 80% of patients with sleep disorders remain undiagnosed and untreated, costing the U.S. economy over $400 billion annually in increased healthcare costs, lost productivity, accidents, and injuries, and leading to the development of workplace-based sleep health education and sleep disorders. Screening programs designed to address this unmet medical need. So, how much sleep is enough? The answer depends on your age. Infants and young children need the most sleep, up to 14 to 17 hours a day. Teens need about 8 to 10 hours, though most don't get that. Adults should aim for at least 7 hours per night for optimal health. Older adults still need around 7 hours, but their sleep patterns change. But here's something interesting. Sleep isn't one size fits all. In some cultures, people naturally divide their sleep into a long nighttime rest and a mid-afternoon nap. But in the U.S., sleep is usually one consolidated episode each night. And speaking of sleep cycles, let's break down what actually happens when you sleep. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes and zoning out. Your body goes through different stages of sleep, and each plays a vital role in your health. Scientists track these stages using something called polysomnography, a fancy word for recording your brain waves, EEG, eye movements, EOG, and muscle activity, EMG. There are two major types of sleep. Non-rapid eye movement, NREM, sleep. This is deep, restorative sleep, and it has 3 stages. N1, light sleep, easily woken up. N2, a deeper sleep, brain waves slow down. N3, deep sleep, the most restorative phase, muscle repair, memory processing, and immune system recovery happen here. But here's the thing. N3 sleep declines as we age. Kids have a lot of deep sleep, but by the time we reach adulthood, it starts decreasing. By the time we're older, deep sleep might be completely gone. Rapid eye movement, REM sleep. This is the stage where most dreams happen. Your brain activity looks similar to when you're awake. Your muscles are paralyzed except for breathing. REM sleep is crucial for learning, memory, and emotional health. And after sleep deprivation, your body tries to recover NREM sleep first, followed by REM sleep. Sleep is also regulated by a strong circadian timing signal driven by the suprachiasmatic nuclei SCN of the hypothalamus. The SCN sends outputs to key sites in the hypothalamus, which impose 24H rhythms on a wide range of behaviors and body systems, including the wake-sleep cycle. But what happens if you don't get enough sleep? Well, let's talk about the dangers. We all know that not getting enough sleep makes us feel tired, but the real effects go way beyond that. Insufficient sleep is probably the most common cause of excessive daytime sleepiness. The average adult needs 7.5 to 8 H of sleep, but on weeknights, the average U.S. adult gets only 6.75 H of sleep. Only 30% of the U.S. adult population reports consistently obtaining sufficient sleep. Insufficient sleep is especially common among shift workers, individuals working multiple jobs, and people in lower socioeconomic groups. Most teenagers need more than 9 hours of sleep, but many fail to get enough sleep because of circadian phase delay, plus social pressures to stay up late coupled with early school start times. Late evening light exposure, television viewing, video gaming, social media, texting, and smartphone use often delay bedtimes despite the fixed, early wake times required for work or school. As is typical with any disorder that causes sleepiness, individuals with chronically insufficient sleep may feel inattentive, irritable, unmotivated, and depressed, and have difficulty with school, work, and driving. Individuals differ in their optimal amount of sleep, and it can be helpful to ask how much sleep the patient obtains on a quiet vacation when he or she can sleep without restrictions. Some patients may think that a short amount of sleep is normal or advantageous, and they may not appreciate their biological need for more sleep, especially if coffee and other stimulants mask the sleepiness. A 2-week sleep log documenting the timing of sleep and daily level of alertness is diagnostically useful and provides helpful feedback for the patient healthy. Extending sleep to the optimal amount on a regular basis can resolve the sleepiness and other symptoms. Cognitive impairment and memory loss. Lack of sleep messes with your brain's ability to focus, think, and remember things. You become slower, less sharp, and more likely to make mistakes. Increased risk of heart disease and stroke. Poor sleep is linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, and even strokes. Sleep helps regulate your cardiovascular system. Skipping sleep strains your heart. Higher risk of diabetes and obesity. Not enough sleep can cause glucose intolerance, making it hard for your body to process sugar. It also disrupts hunger hormones, leading to overeating and weight gain. Weak immune system. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces fewer infection-fighting cells, making you more likely to get sick. Increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. Sleep helps clear out waste in the brain, including beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's. Less sleep means higher risk of cognitive decline. But there's something surprising. Older people are actually less affected by sleep deprivation than young adults. You might assume that lack of sleep affects everyone the same way, but research says otherwise. While young adults struggle with slower reaction times and focus issues, older adults can actually sustain their attention better despite less sleep. Scientists aren't exactly sure why, but it seems like aging brains adapt differently to sleep loss. Still, even if older adults can handle short-term sleep loss better, the long-term effects are still dangerous, especially for heart health and cognitive function. Okay, so we know sleep is crucial, but how do we make sure we're getting quality sleep? And if we don't, we get sleep disorders. Common sleep disorders. Causes, symptoms, and impacts. Sleep disorders represent a significant challenge to achieving restorative sleep, affecting millions worldwide and contributing to a range of physical, emotional, and cognitive impairments. Insomnia. The struggle to find rest. Insomnia is perhaps the most widely recognized sleep disorder, characterized by persistent difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early without feeling refreshed. Acute insomnia may result from transient stressors such as work deadlines, travel, or life changes, while chronic insomnia persists for at least 3 nights per week over 3 months and often stems from underlying psychological or medical conditions. Anxiety, depression, and chronic pain are frequent contributors, as are lifestyle factors like caffeine consumption, irregular sleep schedules, and excessive screen time before bed. The symptoms of insomnia extend beyond mere fatigue, manifesting as daytime drowsiness, irritability, poor concentration, and impaired memory. Over time, untreated insomnia can exacerbate mental health issues, weaken the immune system, and increase the risk of chronic conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Its pervasive impact on daily functioning underscores the importance of addressing its root causes and implementing targeted interventions. Sleep apnea. Interrupted breathing during sleep. Sleep apnea is a serious condition marked by repeated pauses in breathing during sleep, leading to fragmented rest and oxygen deprivation. The most common form, obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, occurs when the airway becomes partially or completely blocked due to relaxed throat muscles, excess weight, or anatomical abnormalities. Central sleep apnea, though less common, arises when the brain fails to send proper signals to the muscles controlling breathing. Symptoms of sleep apnea include loud snoring, gasping or choking during sleep, morning headaches, and excessive daytime sleepiness. Individuals with untreated OSA face an elevated risk of developing hypertension, stroke, heart failure, and metabolic disorders such as diabetes. The condition also poses challenges in personal and professional settings, as cognitive impairment and mood disturbances can hinder productivity and interpersonal relationships. Restless leg syndrome. Uncontrollable urges to move. Restless leg syndrome, RLS, is a neurological disorder characterized by an irresistible urge to move the legs, often accompanied by uncomfortable sensations such as tingling, crawling, or aching. These symptoms typically worsen during periods of inactivity, particularly at night, disrupting the ability to fall asleep or stay asleep. While the exact cause of RLS remains unclear, it is believed to involve dysregulation of dopamine, a neurotransmitter involved in muscle control, and iron deficiency within the brain. RLS not only impairs sleep quality but also leads to daytime fatigue, reduced energy levels, and difficulties concentrating. The constant need to move can interfere with relaxation and social activities, creating emotional distress and diminishing overall quality of life. In severe cases, RLS may contribute to anxiety and depression, further complicating its management. Narcolepsy, sudden onset of sleep episodes. Narcolepsy is a chronic neurological disorder that affects the brain's ability to regulate sleep-wake cycles, resulting in excessive daytime sleepiness and sudden, uncontrollable episodes of falling asleep. These sleep attacks can occur at inappropriate times, such as during conversations, meals, or while driving, posing significant safety risks. Cataplexy, a hallmark symptom of narcolepsy, involves sudden muscle weakness triggered by strong emotions such as laughter or surprise, further impairing daily functioning. Other symptoms include disrupted nighttime sleep, sleep paralysis, temporary inability to move upon waking or falling asleep, and vivid hallucinations during transitions between wakefulness and sleep. Narcolepsy is thought to arise from a deficiency of hypocretin, a neurotransmitter that promotes wakefulness, often due to autoimmune destruction of the neurons that produce it. The disorder profoundly impacts academic performance, career prospects, and social interactions, necessitating comprehensive treatment approaches. Broader implications of sleep disorders. The consequences of sleep disorders extend far beyond individual suffering, affecting public health and economic productivity. Chronic sleep disturbances contribute to workplace accidents, reduced job performance, and increased healthcare costs. Furthermore, untreated sleep disorders can strain personal relationships, as partners may endure disrupted sleep due to snoring, restlessness, or nocturnal behaviors. Addressing these conditions requires a multidisciplinary approach, combining medical evaluation, behavioral interventions, and lifestyle modifications to restore healthy sleep patterns and mitigate their far-reaching effects. Finally, to have good sleep, stick to a sleep schedule. Exercise, do relaxing exercises like yoga, and follow the age-old rule of early to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. If you liked the video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, and see you in the next video.